The minister noted that the meeting was with the representatives of the Federal Ministry of Education, Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Budget Office of the Federation, National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission, the Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, and National Information Technology Development Agency, NIDDAY. He explained that the meeting was geared towards accelerating the resolution of the multiple strike actions of ASU, Senior Staff Union of Nigerian Universities, SANU, Non-Academic Staff Union of Universities, NASU, and National Association of Academic Technologists, NATS. Governors are taking drastic measures to battle worsening insecurity in their states as terrorists, bandits, and other categories of criminals are unrelenting in their nefarious activities. To stem the tide, Governor Bello Matawalle gave the directive to Zamfara residents to obtain guns and defend themselves against invading insurgents who threaten their peace and tranquility. The governor also ordered the immediate closure of all markets, including livestock markets in Mada, Wonika, and Ruwan Bore districts of Gusau local government area and Yandoto Emirate in Safa local government area in the state. He also mandated security agents to shoot motorcyclists on sight to remind them that the ban on commercial use of motorcycles is still in force. Information has it that some senior advocates of Nigeria's SANS gave their support to the Zamfara governor's action, but retired Assistant Inspector General of Police Akim Odumoshu described it as a recipe for more crisis. In Ondo State, as a follow-up to Governor Rotimi Akeredolu's order for the installation of closed-circuit television in public and private institutions, including schools, churches, and mosques, the House of Assembly has unfolded plans to tighten the law setting up the security outfit at Motekun. In Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde ordered the recruitment of another 500 operatives to strengthen Amotekun. It was gathered that Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma issued a 10-day ultimatum to bandits to embrace amnesty or face bombardment. Osun State Governor Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola has said he would emerge victorious in the July 16 governorship elections and that defeat is never an option for him in the contest. According to the governor, various efforts his administration had put into the development of the state would make the victory as the poll a landslide one. The governor said this while addressing members of Nigerian Incorporated Electronic Practitioners Osun State Chapter during an engagement meeting organized by the Civic Engagement Office in Ushubu. Governor Oyetola, who was represented at the meeting by his Special Advisor on Civic Engagement, Mr. Olatunbo Sunyintiloye, said campaign of calumny by the opposition parties against his administration would not stop his victory. He added that the landslide victory recorded by the All Progressives Congress for its candidate in Ekiti governorship election would be replicated in July 16 election in the state. The governor also assured the electorate that he would not let them down during his second time in office, adding that his mission in politics was service to humanity. He said the laudable achievements his administration had achieved in all sectors in the states would be consolidated on when re-elected. Governor Oyetola, however, urged the electorate to get their permanent voter cards to support him in the coming election. In his remarks, the chairman of the association, Mr. Olusegun Atoyebi, commended the governor on his various developmental projects across the states. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, has expressed optimism about getting additional Hajj slots for this year's holy pilgrimage from the authorities of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Commissioner for Operations, Alhaji Abdullah Hadawa, who dropped the hint in Medina, stated that the Commission is working hard to ensure that Nigeria gets 5,000 additional Hajj slots for the ongoing Hajj operations from Saudi Arabia. He stressed that the Commission's chairman, Alhaji Zukrullah Hassan, had earlier met with stakeholders in Saudi Arabia, requesting for additional slots to enable the teaming intending Nigerian pilgrims fulfill the all-important religious obligation. The NACON Commissioner for Operations said the Nigerian ambassador to Saudi Arabia, Honorable Yahya Lawal, has assured that the request will be granted since due process had been followed. Alhaji Adawa maintained that the slots, when granted, will be allotted to private tour operators and state pilgrims welfare boards for intending pilgrims on the waiting list, as well as other stakeholders in various states of the Federation. Nigerian youths have been urged not to allow themselves to be used as agents of violence before, during, and after the forthcoming gubernatorial elections in Osun State. State Governor Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola gave the charge as the fidal prayer of late Chief Ahmed Omidiro in Osogbo. Adebari Ejimakinde now reports.
Governor Adegboyega Oyetola charged the religious leaders to continue to advise youths to abstain from violence and not to surrender themselves to be used for perpetration of evil, especially in the build-up to the gubernatorial election in Osun. Governor Oyetola, who was represented by his deputy, Mr. Benedict Alabi, advised the populace to vote in the interest of development of Osun and not for monetary gains. He enjoined the populace to exhibit the Omoluabi ethos while exercising their franchise during the forthcoming gubernatorial governorship poll, asking them to continue to sustain the status of Osun as the most peaceful and safest state in the nation. Governor Oyetola eulogized the contributions of the late business icon and philanthropist to the socio-economic growth and development of the state. Delivering lectures on the perspective of a life well spent and living your life in preparation for the next, the clerics, Dr. Buseri, Imam Misbadin Urimadegun, and the Vice Chancellor of Ante University, Professor Amidou Sani, enjoined youths to recognize the importance of education rather than engaging in thuggery or violence. They were employed to engage their youthful age in something meaningful and profitable. According to the religious leaders, for people to live a life well spent, they need to reflect continuously on their past, present, and the future, and be God-fearing in order to get reward in heaven. The fidal prayer was led by the chief imam of Osogbo land, Sheikh Musa Animasam, and other religious leaders. Prayers were also offered for government of the state of Osun and Nigeria as a whole. Present at the occasion included the First Lady, represented by the wife of the Deputy Governor, Mrs. Oyefunke Alabi, former State Deputy Governor, Otunba Titilaoye Kwanle, serving and past National Assembly members, Secretary to the State Government of Osun, Prince Wole Oyebamiji, State ESCO members, State APC Party Chairman, Prince Boyega Famodun, monarchs, political bigwigs, and religious leaders across the country, among other dignitaries. Adebare Ijumakide, OSBC News.
And now to sports. Premier League club Newcastle United is readying a massive bid for Napoli striker Victor Osimhen. According to reports, Newcastle will make an offer of a significant sum to Arsenal and Manchester United target Osimhen. The Magpies are keen to strengthen their attack ahead of next season and have the money to splash on an expensive new striker. It was gathered that Newcastle are tempted to make a big offer for the Nigerian, but the player is not particularly tempted by a transfer to St. James Park. For the moment, given the lack of movement by Arsenal and United over a transfer, he would prefer to remain at Napoli and play in the Champions League. On the foreign scene, South African Police Minister Becky Cele has said the youngest victim among the at least 21 people who died at a drinking place over the weekend was 13. The cause of the deaths was not immediately clear and the authorities are investigating. The victims were found strewn across floors and tables as the Enyobeni Tavern in the town of East London. Reports say the bodies have been taken to mortuaries where Post-mortem examinations will be carried out. Mr. Sele, who had visited the scene and was briefed by the local police, said those who had died were between the ages of 13 and 17, but a detailed list of the victims has not yet been produced. It was gathered that the legal maximum drinking age in South Africa is 18. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is expected to urge delivery of more heavy weapons as he prepares to address the G7 group of wealthy nations. It follows a barrage of Russian missile strikes on Kyiv and other areas over the weekend, which killed at least one. In eastern Ukraine, Russia has taken full control of Severodonetsk and is targeting nearby Lysychansk. Mr. Zelensky said delaying arms deliveries is an invitation to Russia to strike again and again. That was the media news on OSBC television. We thank you for watching. It was edited by Kayode Adebayo. Join us at 3 for the state news. Good afternoon.